rises to their feet in celebration. It was arguably the best dunk of the year.
And good evening, everybody. We welcome you to the hangar and what is set to be a senior night friendly between the 18-9 Macomb Bombers and the Camp Point Central Panthers. Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside the hangar. Great to have you along with us tonight. It's senior night 2026. The Macomb Bombers set to welcome in the Camp Point Central Panthers tonight in a non-conference contest. The Bombers trying to rebound from one of their worst losses of the season, a 42-24 loss to Illini West earlier on Wednesday night in the week, putting them on a two-game win streak with the loss to IVC on last Saturday. So the Bombers trying to flip the script tonight and turn things around as we near America's original March Madness in just 2 weeks' time. A little bit of a recap of how we got here tonight. The Bombers, again, coming off that 42-24 loss to Illini West, played on Wednesday night here at the hangar, and it was a game that Jeremy Anderson and the Macomb Bombers would like to forget. 42-24, and they lost to IVC in overtime on Saturday night of last week, and that a 5-point loss, and Macomb on a two-game losing streak. That game against Illini West, Nick Elby with 9 and Watson with 5, the two leading scorers. Macomb, we are told, will be without Drew Watson tonight. He is in uniform, so we'll see what that comes to be. Might just be for the senior night ceremonies and such, but we are told, as of right now, Macomb not going to be dressing Drew Watson, or getting him into the game, rather, to play any minutes. 24 points against Illini West. That is the fewest points scored in a game this season from the Macomb Bombers. Previous was 39 against the A-Town Tornadoes in that quarterfinal game of the Macomb Western Holiday Tournament back on December 28th. So Macomb looking to rebound tonight against the Central Panthers. A lot of good matchups between these two ball clubs over the last 3 to 4 seasons, and expecting a dogfight here again tonight. 40 seconds left in our junior varsity contest. Macomb up 8 with 40 seconds left in that game, 40-32. Preview of the Central Panthers, just 5 wins on the year, but a lot of close games recently, 5-18, and a roster of freshmen and sophomores. So one of the youngest rosters in James Barnett's tenure as the head coach of Panther basketball. And obviously 2 years before that, 23-24, and then 22-23, back-to-back regional programs for the Central Panthers. Had some really good teams the last couple of years, and remember watching a couple of those regional championship teams play in the sectional just across the county over at Bushnell Prairie City. Recent games for the Central Panthers, they played Illini West on Tuesday night of this week. They lost by 15 to Illini West, 55-40. And then earlier in the week as well, Mercer County, a 55-50 decision there, a loss, and then a 1-point loss to Rushville back on the 6th of February. 2 games left in their season as well after tonight. West Central, that is West Central of the near the Jacksonville area, and then West Prairie to wrap up their regular season at the end of next week. Camp Point will feed into the Tremont 1A regional in 2 weeks' time. Macomb, 2 games left on their roster, or for their schedule the remainder of the year as well. They'll go to Payson on Tuesday night, and then one final game to end the regular season, Monmouth-Roseville next Friday, the last home game of the 25-26 season for the Macomb Bombers. We're going to take our first break and be back with senior night ceremonies, our last meetings between these two ball clubs, keys to the game, coaches' thoughts, and more. Lots still to come on our MDH pregame show on the Bombers Sports Network from Learfield.
Sometimes the best healing happens at home. MDH Home Healthcare provides skilled services to children or adults in need of nursing or therapy services. MDH Home Healthcare covers McDonough County and portions of Fulton, Hancock, Schuyler, and Warren counties. Specialized expertise in wound care, IV medication administration, medication teaching, and orthopedic care is available to patients in their own home. Visit MDH.org to learn more about home healthcare. The care you need, the comfort of home. Since 1958, McDonough District Hospital has proudly served the residents of West Central Illinois. We've built new facilities, hired highly trained, experienced, and caring medical staff members, and expanded our service offerings to meet your healthcare needs, all while providing the best possible patient experience. Let us show you why McDonough District Hospital is your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time. The MDH Community Pharmacy in Macomb is open 7 days a week, including extended hours on the weekdays for your convenience. Our team is available to answer questions about all your medications, and we offer free local home deliveries. Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, and most insurance plans are accepted. McDonough District Hospital, your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
The hangar continues to fill up here as the junior varsity game will end in a 41-33 Bomber victory tonight, 41-33. As we continue on our MDH pregame show here on the Bomber Sports Network, we get set for the senior night introductions for Macomb and Central Panthers. Senior night 2026 here at the hangar. We get set to roll from Macomb High School gym, have our senior night ceremonies, and we get set for this senior night matchup between Macomb and Central. Let's go to Greg Duncan and our senior night opening introduction. So all the seniors introduced here ahead of our pregame here at the Macomb High School gym. Congratulations to the class of 2026. A big group there. Basketball, cheer, dance, all the above here tonight at the hangar here for tonight's matchup between the Macomb Bombers and the Central Panthers. The Bomber basketball team going to surprise Andrea Ratterman cross court with a group hug over there and some flowers. Appreciate all she does for the program. We're going to take another break. When we return, Macomb head coach Jeremy Anderson previews this one with us on the Bombers Sports Network from Learfield.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive the highest quality, compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
And we're back at the hangar. It's Senior Night 2026. We're getting set for Camp Point Central and the Macomb Bombers, the second to last home game of 2026. And it's Senior Night as we honor our seniors for the class of 2026. Jeremy Anderson joining us, our visit with the coach presented by McDonough District Hospital. And Coach, this is always kind of that bittersweet and emotional night for the seniors, but the way, COVID changed how we do it here, going to do it the second to last home game. Obviously, that Monmouth-Roseville game, you never know with the weather, but lucky enough, it's 50 degrees outside, the roads are clear, and a great night to celebrate this senior class.
Yeah, it is. It is a good night for it. I think our guys are excited for senior night. I think that it brings on extra meaning to the games. The guys really want to put on a good show for their last hurrah, so to speak, at home. It's a little bit different that you have one home game remaining afterwards, but like you said, everybody's doing it that way now, which is probably a smart idea, right? But this game is going to be really tough for us. It is. I think we're coming off of a really poor performance in the last game, and so hopefully we can bounce back, and having those extra distractions with the senior night festivities is just going to make it that much tougher. But I think our kids are mature enough to handle it. We're going to get some guys to start the game that don't ordinarily start, and so but they come to practice every day and they work really hard, and then they put the time in all season, and so I think it's a good thing that they get a chance to go out and start. But they're going to have to compete. They're going to have to compete because Camp Point's going to be ready to compete.
When you look at this senior class, so many highlights over their 4 years, from going to the Elite Eight and part of their high school career to a buzzer-beating regional championship and so many other accolades that we can list. What can you say about this senior class and all they've done for the program over the last 4 years? Because, they're along with the group that's really left their mark on it.
I just really appreciate their loyalty, their loyalty to the program. We have 4 or 5 guys in this group that have been out since freshman year, that have done every single open gym, every single summer game, every single game that we've ever organized. And so I appreciate that. I think those guys and those groups of guys that are that loyal, unfortunately, are the exception any more than they are the rule. And so I really appreciate that, and we have guys like Drew Watson and Nolan Hogue that played major roles on a regional championship team last year. I think that's something that, regardless of whatever happens this year, we'll always remember, and there's other guys that have really stepped up this year and had more responsibilities, and so it has been a really good group. It's been a fun group to coach, and I think they're really good kids too, and so I know that they'll do a good job in college or when they go get a job of their own or however that works out, and so I'm just happy to be a little part of their lives, and hopefully that they've learned some things in our program that'll benefit them along the way.
Be remiss too, not just on the floor, but
but support staff too, with Sash as our on the bench manager, and of course Rich too, camera work and officiating duties during practice and just about any and everything, and those guys just as big as the guys on the floor to make things happen.
Oh, absolutely. I really appreciate Max. He does a lot of stuff behind the scenes and daily practices and in the games that I really appreciate. You miss those things when you don't have somebody that's willing to help, and he's done a great job this year of really being willing to go and do anything that we ask him to do. And so that's huge to have that. And Richie's one of the most loyal people you'll ever have. He came with us, I think, first day sophomore year, and he's never missed a game since. And he's here every night, and he wants to do a good job, and he'll help us with whatever we need, whether it's film or repping or navigating. Richie will do anything you ask him to, and so we're really going to miss him when he graduates.
Great group of seniors on the Camp Point Central here. You look up and down that roster, really young over the last 2 seasons off of the previous 2 seasons before that, made it to the sectional and sectional finals over at Bushnell Prairie City. I remember going to those games and, filled to the top there at BPC. So Coach Barnett's had some good teams, but a really young group that has been fighting their way through this season.
Yeah, well, the first thing you notice about them is how hard they play. I mean, they really get after it. They are scared of nothing. And then we were saying that even back at the holiday tournament when they gave Eureka everything they wanted and more, and probably should have won that game. The second thing you noticed about them is they're really, really well coached. They're so organized. They're so disciplined. Coach Barnett's done a great job ever since he's came to Camp Point, and his teams are really tough to play against. I think this game's going to be really, really tough. I think they've been playing well. The game that I watched them play, they were playing Illini West, and they only down 1 at the half. And we know what Illini West did to us the other night. And so this is going to be something that we're really going to have to step up our game on both ends of the floor.
Drew Watson obviously out with the injury from the Illini West game. Obviously, he first and foremost is okay, was able to kind of move on his own after that. We didn't get the chance to do that at the end of the broadcast, but give us a little bit of an update on him and how you'll work through those rotations tonight.
Yeah, Drew went and had some treatment, so that's going to be kind of a day-to-day thing to see what his status is going to be. He won't play tonight, so hopefully we can get him back in the fold if it heals well, right? But I think his long-term health is much more important, so that's something we're going to have to be really careful about. So we have to have guys step up, We have to have guys that are willing to guard, first and foremost, take more responsibility on the defensive end like Drew has to in, game out. And then ball handling and scoring are going to be something that we're going to have to divvy up. It's not going to be one guy that's going to be able to take on all those responsibilities. But I think we have some guys that are hungry for that opportunity, and so let's see how they do tonight.
Give us a couple of keys for tonight.
Well, one, we got to play good transition defense. They're not going to wait on us at all. They're going to get out, they're going to go, and they're going to look to attack the basket. They're so aggressive and so physical that we're going to have to be strong with the ball. We're going to have to make sure we block out. We get down inside, we're going to have to use our shot fakes, anticipate contact, and be able to score through that contact. We didn't finish very well at all the other night. I think the stats said had us for 9 made baskets out of 45 attempts, and so we're going to have to do better. We're going to have to score when we get opportunities. We're going to have to make sure that we're getting those good opportunities by moving the ball, moving well without it. And then, man, like we always talk about, keeping them off the offensive glass is going to be vital.
2 left after tonight, Payson and Monmouth Roseville. We say it every year. As soon as that calendar flips, it goes by fast, and that's no different this year because, man, it's hard to believe we're looking at March after next week.
It does, and the older you get, the faster it goes. I try to get the guys to understand that, to appreciate it while it's here and to relish it, right? And I'll say that same thing again tonight before the game, that these opportunities are dwindling very, very quickly. And then it's going to be postseason time, and it's intense, and it's, I think the last game, I was disappointed we didn't play very well because I thought that was a great opportunity for us to grow. And so if we had took a couple of steps backwards, well, now it's time to try to take those steps forward.
Very good. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That's Macomb head coach Jeremy Anderson on our MDH pregame show. Another break back at the Hangar for Senior Night 2026 on the Bombers Sports Network.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
We welcome you back to the Hangar tonight and senior night. It's obviously an emotional night for this class of 2026. Jeremy Anderson mentioned in the pregame so many great memories with this group and what a privilege it was to coach this group for the last 4 years. A lot of business to take care of over the next couple of weeks here, as we found out just moments ago prior to getting here tonight that Macomb will face Bloomington Central Catholic in the first game of the Tri-Valley Regional. That'll be a semifinal contest. The winner will go to the regional championship at the end of the month on that Friday night. So some big tests still ahead of this Macomb team, and going to be interesting to see how they react tonight after that blowout loss to Illini West earlier in the week, a loss that everybody wants to forget, move on from, and look for bigger and brighter things ahead tonight. Last 3 meetings between these two ball clubs have been close every single time. Last year was the one that not so much. 49-34, Macomb wins it at Camp Point Central. But the two prior to it, 52-47, a senior night win here at the Hangar in 2024, a game where Macomb had to fight back to win and pick up a victory on their senior night 2 years ago. And then in 2023, Camp Point flips the script and wins it on their home floor on their senior night, 32-27, in a game that was filled to the rafters in that gym. It was rocking that night in Camp Point. So some really good matchups recently between these two ball clubs, and you expect the same tonight. Let's take a look at this time at our keys to the game for tonight's Macomb and Camp Point Central matchup. On your screen, keys to the game for tonight's contest here in Macomb and at the Hangar tonight. Number one, we have to win the energy battle early. You know, it's senior night. There's a lot of emotions. We got to translate the emotion to execution. Let's get some fast looks, couple of stops early, and then we got to let the gym do the rest of the work. Feed off the energy in the gym tonight. Number two, pace and patience. You may not have Drew Watson tonight, so who's going to step up? Somebody has to absorb those minutes and step up. Let's not rush off with on that pace, and let's do what we do. Let's run our pace and be patient when we need to be. And then number three, as I mentioned, next man up. Drew Watson probably not going to be in the rotation tonight, so somebody else have to absorb those minutes. You got to be confident, catch and shoot shots, and everybody has to do just a little bit more than they typically do to be able to get the job done. Those are the keys to the game for tonight's contest between Macomb and Camp Point Central. Great to have you along with us tonight. 4.5 minutes away from the opening tap of Macomb and Camp Point Central, a senior night matchup here at the Hangar. Nice crowd on hand tonight to celebrate the class of 2026 and all they've done for the program. We're going to take a moment here. Let's pause 10 seconds, allow our network affiliate stations to identify themselves. Back in 10 seconds for station identification. This is Bomber basketball from Learfield.
This is Brian Barnhart, voice of the University of Illinois Fighting Illini, and you're watching the Bombers Sports Network.
Great to have you along with us tonight as we get set for Macomb and Camp Point Central here at the Hangar tonight. Macomb and Camp Point Central. What used to be a West Central Conference matchup, now, of course, non-conference, with Macomb competing in the Prairie Land Conference. And Macomb in the Prairie Land and Camp Point still in the West Central. We did have one jersey change. We're just getting informed of Camp for Camp Point Central will wear number 50 tonight instead of 32. So making that adjustment in our starting lineups for Central Panthers under the direction of James Barnett, his 10th season at the helm of the program, hired in 2016 and 3 regional championships under his belt. Luke Houston, Braxton Kessner, Corbin Hoosier, Luke Impinson, and Caden Kneecap round out his starting 5. And then for the Macomb Bombers, it's Nolan Hogue, Isaac Lineball, Colin Adams, Cooper Hobson, and Z Conley rounding out the starting 5 for Macomb on their senior night here at the Hangar. A little under 3 minutes away from the opening tap of Macomb and Camp Point Central, a non-conference battle here at the Hangar tonight. And Macomb trying to rebound and pick up their 19th win of the season. No team in the 2020 decade has gone a non-20 win season, and this group of Macomb Bombers certainly do not want to be it. A big group of fans here tonight in front of us. We saw our friend and one of our sponsors, Jack Louderman. He's in the house tonight. Good to see him in Bomber Country sitting behind us And always good to have him in the house for the game. 2 minutes away from the opening tap of Macomb and Camp Point Central. The Panthers looking to pull the upset on the floor. Macomb trying to end a 2-game winning streak. One final break. Back after this. This has been the Bomber Sports Network MDH pregame show from Learfield.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
We're back at the hangar getting set for Macomb and Camp Point Central on senior night. We'll let you take in the Macomb Bomber Band. And the Edison Elementary School choir welcomes us to tonight's game with their rendition of the national anthem. Great work by them. Always awesome when we can get everybody involved in the game tonight. Again, if you're just joining us, great to have you with us. Bombers and Central Panthers here. It's senior night 2026 from the hangar. We go back to Greg Duncan and tonight's starting lineups. Tenth season at the helm for James Barnett. The lights go dim, and we meet the Macomb Bombers.
Yeah.
So awesome. They got all the parents involved tonight. They all the moms down there on the floor. They did the pregame handshakes, and always cool when you can get everybody involved here. Bombers, Panthers. Nolan Hogue at center floor along with Luke Impinson. A non-conference battle tonight at the Hangar in front of a big crowd here on this Friday night. Big one. You want to win on your senior night, and the Bombers a chance to do so tonight. Hogue and Impinson at center floor. Nick Knowles, Ron Grant, Brett Stevens are officials tonight. Veteran crew out there tonight. Everybody ready to go here. 8 minutes on the clock. Bombers trying to end the two-game losing streak and turn it around here tonight. Strap yourselves in, folks. This is Macomb Bomber basketball on the Bombers Sports Network. Tap in the air and one by the Central Panthers. We get fired up from the Bomber cheer squad just to our right on this senior night underway in this non-conference friendly from the Hangar on this Friday night in February. Panthers going to come out and play fast tonight. James Barnett knows this floor well, unable to win on it in the last few years, but would like to flip that script tonight, and the Panthers will strike first in this non-conference matchup. Kessner puts it up and in a 2-0 start for the Central Panthers. Conley out there for Macomb. Hogue to the left corner. Baseline is Colin Adams. The seniors out there for the Bombers looking in the paint to Nolan Hogue, and it's tipped out of bounds. And it'll be back to the Central Panthers. 7:23 left. Opening quarter just getting underway at the Hangar tonight. The Panthers trying to knock off the Bombers in front of their hometown friendly fans tonight. Dribble drive in the lane for Luke Houston. Kick back left baseline. Corbin Huzier back out top for Luke Impinson. 2-0 Panthers, 60 seconds into this contest on this February Friday night. Friday the 13th. Luke Houston out top. Kessner with it. Back left corner. Dribble drive from Luke Houston in the lane. Off the left side of the corner. Pick up Conley. Conley on the breakaway. Fast break. Double team in the lane. Floater off the back iron. No good for Conley. And the Panthers will go back the other way with it. Left baseline is Corbin Huzier. Fires a three. Misses it. Rebound to Colin Adams. And he'll kick ahead to the front court to Isaac Lineball. Top of the key is Isaac Lineball. Works it. Right baseline. Dribble drive from Nolan Hogue. Back top, Lineball. Ahead to Hobson. Loses it. Scooped up by Houston. And the Panthers will take it back here. Drive from Kessner off the back iron and in. So a 4-0 run here early for the Central Panthers. Right corner three, Conley missed it. Off the back iron, no good. Hogue goes down, out of bounds, and it will be remaining with Macomb. LB, Havens, and Martin into the lineup. An ovation for the seniors of Hobson, Adams, and Conley. They'll come out. 4-0 Panthers. Great to have you with us on this Friday night here in Macomb. Left side of the baseline three, no good for Isaac Lineball. Tipped back into the hands of Luke Impinson. Impinson ahead to Luke Houston, and the Panthers will run some offense. Luke Impinson out top, dribble drives into the lane. What do we got? Travel. Havens to Lineball, left to right as we see it. He'll bring it across the plane at midfloor. Macomb trails 4-0 in the early stages of this senior night contest between these two former conference foes. Dribble drive from Havens. Can't get it to go off the right side of the rim. No good. Hogue trips things up in the center court. Back left pass to Havens to lay it up and in. And the Bombers on the board. First basket of the night from Carter Havens. 4-2. The Bombers on the board. Left side of the back iron, Kessner. Free throw line, kicks to Luke Houston. Line ball on defense here. 4:50 to play in the opening quarter. Houston out top, now to Kessner. Free throw line, Kessner. Under pressure, Hogan Elby. A jump ball tie up to Macomb at the 4:43 mark of the opening quarter. Line ball from the backcourt to bring it up for Macomb here, trailing by a basket. Elby out top with it. Now left corner is Carter Havens. Havens to Martin. Top of the key, now line ball with it. 4:25 to play in the opening quarter. In the lane, Kellen Martin with it and a double dribble. And back to Camp Point Central. 4-2 Panthers. First quarter, 4:23 to play. Out top is Corbin Husier. In the lane, Ippinson. Now Luke Houston with it out in front. He'll switch with Ippinson. Left baseline drive from Houston. Back top, Corbin Husier with it. Free throw line. Kessner. 3:55 to play in the first quarter. A low-scoring affair. A little different than earlier in the week with Illini West and Macomb. Floater off the back iron and in for Caden Niekamp. Hogue out top, left baseline, Carter Havens. Line ball. Bounce pass in the lane to Hogue to put it off the glass and in. 6-4, Hogue's first basket of the night. And it'll go back to the Central Panthers. And our first foul of the ball game. That'll be against Elby, his first, team first as well. Be out of bounds for Caden Niekamp and the Central Panthers. Underneath their own basket from the baseline. Pass into the front court, Luke Ippinson with it. Turnaround toss up, Niekamp can't get it to go on the rebound to Kellen Martin and the Macomb Bombers. In the lane is Kellen Martin. 360 turnaround, and it goes. And the Bombers square things at 6 apiece. Camp Point leading from the front of this contest tonight. First tie of the night, knocked out of bounds, and Macomb. Back to Macomb. They'll have their first opportunity to take a lead in this thing. Left to right, Isaac Lineball. Up into the top of the key, now left to Kellen Martin. Round the court, left corner for Carter Havens. Back right baseline, Isaac Lineball. 2:29 to play in the first quarter. Turnover back to the Panthers and Luke Houston. Houston. Back left baseline, Kessner with it. Out top, Luke Houston. 3 ball on the way, no good. Round the rim and a foul against the Central Panthers. And that will be Braxton Kessner, his first, team first as well. All square at 6 apiece, 2:15 to play in the opening quarter here from the hangar tonight on Senior Night 2026. Luke Houston with it. Dribble drive to the basket all by himself, lays it up and in on the fast break, 8-6. And the Panthers back in front by 2. Macomb still searching for that first lead of the night. Havens drives from the baseline, puts up a floater, scored a foul. All square at 8 once again. Luke Houston, his first, team second. And Carter Havens has the free throw ability to give Macomb their first lead of the night. Free throw on the way. It is good, and Macomb, first lead of the night, 9-8. Macomb by 1 now. 1:48 to play in the first quarter. Corbin Husier with it. Out top. He'll kick ahead to Kessner. Now Houston on the baseline. Luke Ippinson. Top of the key to Luke Houston and Kessner. Floater. Buried it. That'll drop, and Braxton Kessner has 6 of the 10 for Central. Elby, free throw line, in the lane, Katz. Back left baseline, dribble drive from Kellen Martin. Top of the key 3, Katz missed it. Off the front of the rim. Rebound in the corner to Kessner. And Luke Houston will steady the offense with 62 seconds to play in the first quarter. 10-9 advantage for the Central Panthers on the road tonight. Macomb trying to end a 2-game losing streak that started a week ago tomorrow in Chillicothe. Houston, floater, 25 feet, won't go. Rebound, Nick Elby and Nolan Hogue, the two big men out there. Hogue drives it to the basket, and he's fouled. Be the third team foul against the Central Panthers. So Niekamp will pick up his first, team third, and Nolan Hogue his first free throw attempts tonight. First one on the way, and he got it. All square once again at 10. All with 41-7 left in the opening quarter. First free throws for Nolan Hogue since the IVC game. Missed a second one, went 3 of 4 in Chillicothe last weekend. Into the front court, Luke Houston, 33 seconds to work with. Panthers and Bombers all square here at 10 apiece. Senior night 2026 from the hangar. Stolen away. Kellen Martin on the break. Put it up and in. Kellen Martin's got 4 on the night, and Macomb, their largest lead now is 2. 13 seconds to play. Back and forth we go in the opening quarter of this senior night friendly between Central and Macomb. Kessner to the backside of the court, a 3-ball good. Corbin Hoosier and a half-court heave. Kellen Martin, air ball, and that will end the opening quarter of play. A 13-12 advantage for the Central Panthers after this on the Bombers Sports Network.
Bomber basketball on the Bomber Sports Network is brought to you by
Protect what matters most with Pumo Insurance Agency. Serving Macomb since 1953, they offer auto, home, commercial, and even farm coverage. Visit them at 19 Eastside Square or call 309-833-4194. Pumo Insurance. Experience you can count on.
At Bedwell Tree Service, they take pride in their long-time roots in McDonough County. Serving Western Illinois, they offered expert tree care with competitive fees and outstanding results. Trust the local team with a stellar reputation. Bedwell Tree Service, your leading Macomb tree care provider.
You're watching Macomb Bomber Basketball on the Bombers Sports Network.
Senior night in Macomb, Illinois. One of the final, second to last home games, one of the final 2 for this senior class. Great to have you with us, Bomber Nation, checking in tonight. Macomb, Illinois, class of 1970. Lazy Boy Central. Adair, Illinois, class of 76. Macomb, Carthage, Monticello, Illinois. Champaign, Illinois. And a big one on Sunday in Champaign. It's the rivalry that never gets old. Indiana and Illinois. Our best to Coach Underwood and Coach Alexander and the rest of the squad over there in Champaign trying to get back on the winning track, as are the Bombers tonight. Second quarter underway, a 13-12 advantage for the Panthers. Back corner 3, good out of the gates for Kessner. And the Bombers down 4 right out of the gates in the second quarter. 16-12 Panthers. Line ball out in top. Now with Cooper Thompson. Left corner 3, Kellen Martin won't go, and the rebound to Luke Houston in the lane. Macomb again playing without Drew Watson tonight. Unavailable for the Bombers due to injury in that Illini West game earlier in the week. Day by day, as Jeremy Anderson put it. 7:15 to play, first half. 4-point advantage for the Panthers here on the road tonight. Luke Houston out top. Line ball, Havens out guarding the offense of Central. Right corner baseline, drive Houston. Back left corner 3 now. No good air ball. Luke Impinson tipped into the hands of Carter Havens, and the Bombers will run with it. Left to right as we see it. Havens into the right front court, switches Kellen Martin. Now top of the key is Nolan Hogue and Cooper Thompson. 6:45 to play, second quarter just getting underway at the hangar. In the lane, turnaround toss-up. No good off the front of the rim for Nolan Hogue. Tipped around into the top of the key. Taken by the Panthers. Kessner with it. Coast to coast, lays it up and in, and the lead goes to 6. Braxton Kessner with 11 on the night for the Central Panthers, and a foul in the lane the other way against CPC. Macomb will have to find a way to stop Kessner tonight. 11 already for the Panthers. Got to do something about him. They want to get out of here on senior night with a win. Now, if you reflect the last couple of years on senior night, it's taken every last second of the game to get a win. You reflect last year with IVC, we were down at 24-17 at halftime. Year before that, it was the Central Panthers on senior night. Macomb wins at 52-47. Inbounds to Hogue, lays it up and in off the glass. 18-14, Hogue with 5 for Macomb, and the lead cut to 4. Still a 2-possession game. Right corner baseline drive, out to Houston. Floater won't go from beyond the arc, back to Houston. And they'll reset with Kessner at the top of the key with Houston with him. And a travel call back to Macomb, 5:58 to play in the first half. 18-14, 4-point lead. Macomb trying to make this back to a 1-possession game here at the Hangar tonight. One more home game after this. Macomb hosts Monmouth Roseville on Friday night of next week, the final game of the regular season. LB now right court for Carter Havens. Top of the key, Nolan Hogue. And a line ball. Ron Grant, the referee, almost got knocked. Great baseline for Adams. Tipped into the hands of Nolan, or that's actually Nick Elby rather, and a foul called against Elby. So that'll be his second. Got to keep him out of foul trouble tonight, especially down one starter as it is with Watson out. So Hobson will take his place. 5:28 to play in the first half. 18-14. Macomb trailing by 4 here at home tonight. Luke Houston out top. Free throw line. Niekamp. Impinson switches. Luke Houston. Dribble drive from Houston. Floater. Yes. Right off the glass and in. And Central, foot on the gas, keeps extending the lead. 20-14, the lead to 6. Havens out top to Nolan Hogue, and in the left baseline, Colin Adams. Out top, Hobson, and out to right court, Isaac Lineball. Look in the lane, Cooper Hobson nearly loses it. Switches, Colin Adams, back left baseline, Carter Havens. Havens, dribble drive all the way to the basket, off the rim, no good. Tapped around and off the foot, I believe, of the Central Panthers, and we'll see who they give it to. Yeah, I think it's going to stay with Macomb. Kellen Martin in for Colin Adams. And Hogue will be the inbounder underneath the Macomb basket. 4:36 to play in the first half. 20-14. Panthers in front here on the road. Dribble drive from Isaac Lineball. Trying to go the distance. Can't get it to go on the layup. Tipped into the hands of the Panthers. They'll go the other way with it. Impinson in the lane, off the glass and in. It's good. Corbin Hoosier, timeout. Jeremy Anderson. 22-14, the Panthers with the early lead after this to the Bombers Sports Network from Learfield.
Bomber basketball on the Bomber Sports Network is brought to you by.
Are you searching for a ride at the right price? Ron Elby Auto Sales in Macomb has quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, and even bad boy mowers. Visit them at 1525 East Jackson Street or call 309-836-3523. Ron Elby Auto Sales of Macomb.
You're in good hands with Macomb Allstate agent Stacy Foxall. For a free insurance review, call Allstate agent Stacy Foxall at 309-837-3233 today.
Fresh, local, and convenient. At Jackson Street Market, we've got everything you need. From the daily essentials and friendly service, stop in today and see why we're more than just a market. We're your neighborhood store. Jackson Street Market, right around the corner. Always here for you.
Senior night at the Hangar. Macomb trailing 22-14 here on their home floor. A 2-game losing streak coming into tonight. Macomb trying to break it without starting guard Drew Watson. Drive from Kellen Martin. Tipped into the air and secured by the Panthers. Luke Impinson in the lane. Trying to go coast to coast. Brings it to the free throw line. Back out right corner. In the lane to Bachold. Back out top. Niekamp, 3-ball. Missed it. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Carter Havens and the Macomb Bombers. Havens, top of the key. Now right baseline is Kellen Martin for the Macomb Bombers. Out top is Cooper Hobson. Right baseline, Nolan Hogue. Hogue with it. Drives. Inside, back to line ball. Line ball to Havens. Havens pulls up for three. Missed it. Off the back iron, no good. Cooper Hobson to Carter Havens. Havens got it. Havens puts it up and in. And it's a 16-22 advantage for the Central Panthers. Bochold with it. Kicks top of the key and finds Impinson. Impinson to Caden Niekamp, and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Central Panthers. 2:47 to play in the first half. Our halftime report coming up next. Halftime numbers, and then we'll talk a little bit about the postseason as well, with the boys' side being released just before we got here this afternoon. Out top is Luke Houston. 22-16, 2:40 to play in the first half. Bochold with it, stolen away. Kellen Martin on the break. No look pass to Havens to put it up and in. And the place comes alive for the first time tonight. The Hangar with a big student section in the house tonight on this senior night with the Havens putback. Bomber foul against Kellen Martin, his first, team second. 2:20 to go in the first half. Central basketball in front of the Macomb bench. Out top to Luke Houston. 2:15 to play in the first half, 22-18, Central by 4. Left corner baseline three, good from Corbin Hoosier. And Macomb cannot find an answer right now for the Central three ball. Havens out top with it. Now right baseline is one up for Hogue, and he missed it. 0 of 2. Rebound of the Central Panthers. Out top is Niekamp with it. Niekamp switches. Luke Houston with it. Dribble drive from Kessner at the left block. Looks back top of the key, tipped by Nolan Hogue. Hogue on the breakaway to the basket. Missed it. Can't get the layup to go out of bounds, and it'll stay with Macomb. To the basket, up, no good for Nolan Hogue. Tipped into the back corner for Kessner. Kessner to Luke Houston. Houston will bring it up across the timeline for Central. 1:13 to play in the first half. Macomb, biggest lead of the night is 2. They've trailed for most of it. In the lane now. Back right corner, out top for the Panthers. Kessner with it. Looks. Kessner kicks ahead, missed it. 52 seconds to play. Hogue steadies the offense, and the Bombers will go. 45 seconds to play in the first half. 25-18. Macomb trailing here before the break. Line ball, loses it, switches. Martin, free throw line. Dribble drive off the glass, no good. Hobson out of bounds, and it'll be Central basketball. 25-18, 34 seconds left in the first half. .23 seconds to play in the first half. Niekamp with it. Out top, guarded by Nolan Hogue. Luke Houston out in front with line ball on him. 15 seconds to play. 25-18. Houston. Line ball. Steals it away on the break. 5 seconds left. Line ball goes the distance. Misses the layup. Central will have the last shot of the first half. Off the glass and no good. 25-18 at the halftime break. It will be a Central lead into the locker room, and Macomb cannot find an answer at the moment on the Central offense. We're back with halftime numbers and more after this on the Bombers Sports Network.
Bomber basketball on the Bomber Sports Network is brought to you by.
Looking for fitness, family fun, and community all in one place? The YMCA of McDonough County has it all. Swim, play, wellness for all ages. Visit 1400 East Calhoun Street or call them at 309-833-2129 to learn about membership information. Are you searching for a ride at the right price? Ron Elby Auto Sales in Macomb has quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, and even bad boy mowers. Visit them at 1525 East Jackson Street or call 309-836-3523. Ron Elby Auto Sales of Macomb.
Today. At Bedwell Tree Service, they take pride in their longtime roots in McDonough County. Serving Western Illinois, they offered expert tree care with competitive fees and outstanding results. Trust the local team with a stellar reputation. Bedwell Tree Service, your leading Macomb tree care provider.
Tee off at Harry Masato Golf Course, WIU's scenic public 18-hole gym in the Lemoyne River Valley. Play a challenging, gorgeous round today. Stop by 1215 Tower Road or call them at 309-298-3676 to book your tee time today.
At McMillan, Henningfit, and DeJody Law Firm, they put your needs first. Their experienced attorneys in Macomb are here to fight for you. Trust in their dedication because your case deserves the best. McMillan, Henningfit, and DeJody, your community, your law firm in Macomb.
Life is always full of changes. Make sure you're covered. Abram Olson at Country Financial in Macomb is here to protect what matters most. Visit 1601 West Jackson Street in Macomb or call him at 309-836-2885. Abram Olson at Country Financial.
Macomb, your perfect ride is waiting at UM Autos. Discover top-notch service and models all right here in your hometown. Visit UM Autos in Macomb today, where quality meets the road, at 230 West Jackson Street in Macomb.
Big dreams start small. Compeer Financial is here to help them grow. From farm loans to home financing, our Macomb team has the tools to make it happen. Located at 2901 East Jackson Street in Macomb, or call them today at 309-833-2302. Compeer Financial of Macomb, your partner in growth.
Your future starts here at Spoon River College. With affordable tuition, flexible classes, and programs built for your goals, SRC helps you take the next step with confidence. Enroll today and join a community that supports your success. Spoon River College. Visit spoonrivercollege.edu or call 309-647-4645 to learn how to enroll today. Looking for your next ride? At Kunis Country of Macomb, we've got the selection, the service, and the savings you deserve. From trucks to SUVs and everything in between. Drive home today with confidence. Visit us on East Jackson Street or call 309-837-5757. Kunis Country of Macomb. Protect what matters most with Pumo Insurance Agency. Serving Macomb since 1953, they offer auto, home, commercial, and even farm coverage. Visit them at 19 East Side Square or call 309-833-4194. Pumo Insurance.
Joining you back at the hangar at Senior Night 2026. Great to have you along with us. Those short little jumpers to fall and doing what they have to do to get the job done out there. 13 points in the first quarter, 12 in the second, and that's enough to take a 25-18 lead into the break. Macomb just held to just 6 points in that second quarter. Macomb, though, more points tonight than they had against the Illini West the other night. Only had 6 at halftime against the Illini West Chargers. 5 points for Nolan Hogue, 9 for Carter Havens, who's doing the work, and then 4 for Kellen Martin. Camp Point led in scoring by Braxton Kessner with 11. 8 for Corbin Hoosier, 4 for Luke Houston, and Niekamp adds a basket. A 25-18 advantage here on Senior Night for the Macomb Bombers. And the Central Panthers trying to knock off the Bombers on their home floor tonight and become the second team to do so this week. Illini West in the win column here on Wednesday night. 25-18. We're going to take another break. When we return, second half play-by-play in action from the hangar on the Macomb Bomber Basketball on the Bomber Sports Network from Learfield.
Bomber Basketball on the Bomber Sports Network is brought to you by.
Looking for your next ride? At Kunis Country of Macomb, we've got the selection, the service, and the savings you deserve. From trucks to SUVs and everything in between. Drive home today with confidence. Visit us on East Jackson Street or call 309-837-5757. Kunis Country of Macomb.
Life is always full of changes. Make sure you're covered. Abram Olson at Country Financial in Macomb is here to protect what matters most. Visit 1601 West Jackson Street in Macomb or call him at 309-836-2885. Abram Olson at Country Financial.
Since 1958, McDonough District Hospital has proudly served the residents of West Central Illinois. We've built new facilities, hired highly trained, experienced, and caring medical staff members, and expanded our service offerings to meet your healthcare needs, all while providing the best possible patient experience. Let us show you why McDonough District Hospital is your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
The Macomb Bomber Band in the background with us. Great to have you along with us here with 2.5 minutes left in the halftime break. Macomb selected to go to the Tri-Valley Regional in just 2 weeks' time. They'll play Bloomington Central Catholic on Wednesday, the 25th at 7:30 p.m. We'll be in the works Monday morning on the broadcast schedule and all that good stuff. That work begins Monday. Of course, the plan is we will have that game for you, but of course things can change with it being the postseason. So 25th of February, Macomb and Bloomington Central Catholic. And that game will be played at Tri-Valley. 2 minutes left here in the halftime break. Let's pause 10 seconds. Allow our network affiliates to identify themselves. Back in 10 seconds for Station ID. This is Bomber Basketball on the Bomber Sports Network.
This is Brian Barnhart, voice of the University of Illinois Fighting Illini, and you're watching the Bomber Sports Network.
Second half set to start in a little over a minute and a half from now. Bombers trying to rebound from a shaky first half, and you always know that as a coach on, senior night and the added extra emotions, and then you're also got to figure in you're down your starting point guard as well, and leading scorer just, couple 40 points away probably from 1,000, getting closer by the game. Bomber Nation listening in tonight. Savannah, Georgia with us. Dallas, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, as well as Grand Ridge, Illinois. Missouri with us. Paris, Illinois. Lafayette, Indiana. St. Charles, Christopher, Illinois, as well as Miami, Florida, Orlando, Florida, North Dakota, Boise, Idaho, Greenville, Illinois, and Seattle, Washington. Great to have you with us tonight on Senior Night 2026. Try to send this senior class out with a victory tonight, and the Bombers looking to get a win on the home floor tonight against the Central Panthers. Second half about to start as the Bombers and the Camp Point Central Panthers prepare to play the second half here. Great to have you along with us tonight. One of the last home games, second to last home games for Macomb, Monmouth, Roseville next week. And it will be Bomber basketball to get quarter number 3 started. 8 minutes on the clock, 16 minutes left in this ball game tonight. Bombers, Panthers, the second half of senior night underway here at the hangar. Havens the line ball underway and fired up from the Bomber cheer squad just to our right. Havens out in the front, top of the key. No look pass to Nolan Hogue all by himself under there. And it cuts the lead to 5. Hogue will strike first for Macomb. Kessner with it. Out of bounds, and it'll be back to Macomb here. James Barnett, vocal tonight from the sidelines, trying to fire his guys up to finish the job here at the Hangar. Hard place to win, and just a handful of teams have won here in the last couple of years. West Hancock, Illini West, Quincy Notre Dame. Some of those notable games that Macomb have lost on their home floor in the last few years of the success of this program. Floater won't go from Nick Elby off the glass. Houston, baseball-style pass into the front court to Kestner. Kestner in the right front court with it. Back to Corbin Hoosier and Luke Houston. Tipped by Carter Havens, and it will be out of bounds. And it'll remain with Camp Point Central. 7:01 to play in the third quarter. Just getting underway in the second half from the MHS Gym, the Hangar, on senior night in the second half. Houston with it. Out top for the Panthers. Ahead to Luke Eppinson. Eppinson at the free throw line. Back to the left court for the Panthers, Kestner. Kestner, the leading scorer tonight for Central with 11. Eppinson switches. Corbin Hoosier, dribble drive to the free throw line. Did he travel? Yes, he did. Havens to line ball, and the Bombers will bring it up into the front court. 6:35 to play, third quarter. 25-20, Bombers trailing by 5 on senior night. In the lane, Elby up and in. Cuts the lead to 3. Elby's first basket of the night. Got to use the post players to your advantage here in the second half if you're Jeremy Anderson. 25-22, 6:15 to play, third quarter. Eppinson out top, and Kestner there too. Top of the key, Kestner drives the free throw line. Under pressure from Martin and Hogue. Switches with Eppinson. Houston, back top of the key is Kestner. Kellen Martin on defense. Now to the right baseline, and Eppinson with it again. 5:50 to play, third quarter. Tipped by line ball back to Luke Houston, top of the key. Back right baseline, dribble drive, floater off the back iron of the rim, no good for Braxton Kestner. And the Bombers pick it up and go. Line ball, right corner to Kellen Martin. Top of the key is Nolan Hogue, left baseline, Carter Havens. Havens to Kellen Martin, the floater off the glass and in. 25-24, and the Bombers cut the lead to 1. Kellen Martin was 6 on the night. Cuts the lead to just 1. Knocked off the foot of Luke Houston. Stolen away by the Bombers. Tipped off the hand of Nolan Hogue at midfloor. Picked up by the Panthers. Up and in off the glass for Braxton Kestner. And the lead is back to 3 in favor of the Central Panthers. 27-24. 4:55 to play, third quarter. Out top. Pass from Elby. Intended for Hogue. Tipped in midair. Into the hands of the Panthers. Houston across the timeline at midfloor. Line ball trying to up the pressure. Houston can't get a shot off. Looks right baseline to Luke Eppinson, and the Panthers will run the offense here. 4:37 to play, third quarter. Right baseline 3. Buried it. Nothing but net. Luke Eppinson. And the Panthers keep on adding the lead. 30-24, 4:20 to play, third quarter. Out top is Isaac Lineball. Lineball drives, and he's fouled. So that foul will be against Luke Houston, his second. Team first. Big free throws here for Isaac Lineball. Not on the board yet tonight. Perfect time to do so. Cut this lead to 4 if he makes them both. The first one up off the back iron of the rim, and he missed it. (30-24), second one up and good. Used every part of the rim. Panthers with the basketball, left to right as we see it. Houston to bring it up across the timeline, switches ahead to Corbin Hoosier. In the lane, floater, no good. Off the right side of the glass for Niekamp, and the rebound to Carter Havens. 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. Havens switches. Top of the key now is Isaac Lineball. The Bombers trying to get back in it. trailing by 5. Biggest lead of the night for Macomb is 2. Got to get something going in their favor right now. Line ball, drives in the lane. No look pass to Nolan Hogue to put it off the glass and in. Lead is cut to 3 once again, 30-27. Out top is Corbin Hoosier. Left baseline, look Houston. Houston, stolen away. Isaac line ball in the fast break. 2-on-1 to the basket. Bounce pass to Kellen Martin, scoring a foul. Kellen Martin, and we're all tied at 30. Kellen Martin, and we're all tied at 30. All with 3:15 to play in the third quarter. Out top for the Panthers is Lockett. Line ball up in the defensive pressure. Havens out there. Bombers can't steal it away. Panthers stay strong with it. Off the back right leg of Nick Elby and Isaac Lineball. Picks it up, and Drew Watson and Jeremy Anderson say relax and steady it and run some offense. Drew Watson being a leader on the bench tonight, unable to play due to injury. Line ball, dribble drive to the basket, up and in, and the Bombers with the lead. Isaac Lineball doing the work out there for Macomb, and Macomb tied 2. Out top is Niekamp. Niekamp, right corner is Impinson. Impinson to the free throw line, out of bounds. And they'll say it'll stay with Camp Point Central. 32-30, Havens will take a seat. Hayden Katz back out there for Jeremy Anderson and the Macomb Bombers. 32-30, 2:25 to play in the third quarter. Impinson with it. Left front court. Kicks to Houston at the top of the key for Central. Back right baseline is Impinson. Impinson kicks. Bachhold with it. Under pressure, Hogue in line ball. Houston with it. Out top. Katz. Breakaway. Houston on defense. Katz trying to go all the way. Gets it stripped from him. Stays with Macomb out of bounds. 2:01 to play. Full timeout. James Barnett, Macomb back in this thing. 32-30. They lead it on the Bombers Sports Network.
Bomber basketball on the Bomber Sports Network is brought.
Michelin Macomb is here to protect what matters most. Visit 1601 West Jackson Street in Macomb or call him at 309-836-2885. Abram Olson at Country Financial.
James Barnett calling a timeout here as we roll in the third quarter. First timeout of the night for the Central Panthers, a full. And it'll be Bomber basketball out of the timeout, 32-30. Panthers will get back out there. Macomb up by 2, tying their largest lead of the night. 2:01 to play in this third quarter. In the lane, Elby off the glass and in, and Macomb extends the lead to 4. 4 points on the night for Nick Elby, a big-time basket off the glass for the Bombers. Out top, Houston with it. Feeds left corner, Niekamp. Tipped. Elby picks it up for the Bombers. Back into the front court, Hayden Katz. Into the hands of Nolan Hogue. Put it up and in. 36-30. Nolan Hogue on a mission on this senior night with the rest of the senior class, and Isaac Lineball. Big-time work in this second half to get the Bombers a win here tonight on the home floor. Bachhold with it. In the lane. Out top, Niekamp. 1:15 to play, third quarter. Back left corner, baseline, Corbin Hoosier. Dribble drive from Hoosier, and a foul called as Hoosier drove to the basket. Hayden Katz, his first. Team first as well, 36-30. Left baseline three for the Panthers won't go. Hoosier can't get it to go. Second time for Hoosier. Off the front of the rim, no good. Picked up left baseline, Nick Elby. 57 seconds to play, third quarter. 36-30. Katz will steady things up. Elby out top, and a foul called. It'll be out of bounds on the baseline for Macomb. Niekamp second, team third. Out of the baseline, Kellen Martin into Elby, puts it up and in. Foot on the gas for the Macomb Bombers in this third quarter, the lead to 8, largest of the night. Right baseline drive and a blocking foul. That'll go against Kellen Martin and Macomb. Top is Houston, 10 seconds left, 38-30. In the lane, Bachhold with it. Back right three, no good. Rebound to the Panthers, 1 second. Turnaround toss up, no good, 38-30. As we head to the fourth on the Bombers Sports Network.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time. The MDH Community Pharmacy in Macomb is open 7 days a week, including extended hours on the weekdays for your convenience. Our team is available to answer questions about all your medications, and we offer free local home deliveries. Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, and most insurance plans are accepted. McDonough District Hospital, your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Ready to get the fourth quarter underway. Macomb trying to end a 2-game losing streak coming into tonight with IVC and Illini West. Start something new. Good time to do it. Big postseason coming up in less than 2 weeks' time. Just 2 games remaining in the season after this. Central basketball as we get the fourth quarter underway. Houston to bring it up from the backcourt. Left to right as we see it courtside here at the Hangar. Back right baseline for the Panthers, out in front for Luke Houston. Fourth quarter underway, 10 seconds in. Floater, free throw line, Houston. Off the back iron, no good, and a foul. That'll be against the Central Panthers. Niekamp will pick up his third. So Kessner and Niekamp both with 3 for the Central Panthers. Out top, Hogue with it. Havens. Hogue at the top of the key. 7:25 to play, fourth quarter, 38-30. Hobson out top, dribble drive from Hobson. In the lane, 10-foot floater won't go. Hogue picks it up and puts it in. Big game for the senior Nolan Hogue. Puts it in for Macomb. He's got 13 tonight now. And a timeout called by James Barnett. So he'll call a timeout, take one, talk things over. 42-32 in this fourth quarter. Again, our sports corner at 1:24 post-game report next. Post-game reaction from Macomb head coach Jeremy Anderson and post-game reaction from a few of the senior class members as well. 2 games left, Payson and Monmouth-Roseville. Bomber Sports Network will not travel to Payson due to some restrictions at Payson-Seymour, so there will be no presentation of BSN on Tuesday night. They have their own network that does the games, and so that's how that goes there. Luke Impinson will shoot the free throws here. A chance to make a 3-point play out of this and make it a 42-33 ball game. 6:38 left in this thing. Free throw on the way and good. 42-33. 6:30 to play in the ball game here. Macomb trying to hang on their own senior night. Line ball into the front court to Hogue and Havens. Havens looking. Top of the key is Hobson. Hobson in the lane. Off the glass and in. 44-33. Out top is Luke Ippenson. Out front to Kestner. Kestner drives off the glass, no good, and he traveled. Colin Adams, Nick Elby back in for Macomb. Cooper Hobson, Kellen Martin will get a breather. Right to left for the Macomb Bombers. Isaac Lineball crosses the timeline at mid-floor. Carter Havens 3 ball, no good. Off the front of the rim and missed it. Rebound of the Panthers. Luke Houston will bring it up for Central. 5:45 left in this ball game, 44-33. 11-point advantage for the Bombers on their home floor tonight. Top of the key is Kestner. Kestner, left baseline 3. Luke Houston missed it. Used every part of the rim. Rebound of the lane to Nolan Hogue and Carter Havens. Left baseline, Colin Adams. Back to Hogue at the top of the key. Steadies things and back out front to Isaac Lineball to run some offense. Adams with it. Left baseline. Top of the key is Carter Havens. Isaac Lineball with it. 5:10 to play in the ballgame. Havens. Adams back to Havens with it. 5 minutes to play. Macomb by 11. Adams in the lane to Hogue to put it off the glass and in. (46-33) on senior night. Houston. Out top for the Panthers. Ahead to Kestner. Kestner with it. Drive off the glass and no good, and we'll get some free throws. So that'll be Isaac Lineball with the foul. Team's second, his first. Out of bounds for the Panthers. Out top for the Panthers. Kestner with it. Kestner, 3 ball. Money. Got it. Off the back iron and in. Bombers back with it here. Kestner with 15 for the Panthers. 46-36, lead to 10. Elby with it. Fights his way in. They might tee up Nolan Hogue here. Looked like the baseline official wanted to call a technical. They're going to talk things over here. No basket, and we're going to see if we get a technical. No. No technical. Elby will shoot 2. First one up and no good. 4:04 to play in the ball game. Second one up. Got it. 47-36. Adams will take a seat for Macomb. Cats back out there. 4 minutes to play in the ball game. 47-35. Right baseline, Kestner, and a foul called against Havens. The Havens first, team third. 47-35, the correct score. They actually, the Kestner 3 ball was actually ruled a 2 there. So 47-35 is the correct score now. 3:40 to play in this ball game. Central trying to find a comeback inside of them as Macomb trailed for most, if not all, of the first half. Houston with it. Top of the key. Drives, and he's fouled. That'll be against Nick Elby, his third. Team fourth, one away from shooting free throws on the Central side. So Hobson will come in, Elby will come out. Tipped in the hands of Hogue at the free throw line. Hogue out top with it, and a foul called. Central's second foul, Houston's third. Out of bounds for Macomb at the baseline. 3:24 left in this game. Our Sports Corner at 1:24 post-game report up next. Break this one down and have the final numbers. Tipped into the hands of the Panthers. Ippenson goes the distance, misses the layup, knocked nearly out of bounds by the Bombers, and Hayden Katz scoops it up, kicks it to Havens, and the Bombers will go. Out in front, Carter Havens, Jeremy Anderson directing traffic from the bench here. 3 minutes to play in this senior night contest for the Macomb Bombers. Line ball, Katz and Havens. 2:50 to play in the ball game. In the lane, Katz slips, kicks to Hogue. Hogue looking now near the free throw line. Out top is Isaac Lineball. 2:40 to go in the contest. Lineball, dribble drive, off the glass, missed it. Off the right corner of the rim, put back. Hobson, yes. Put it up and in. Hobson got it. He's got 4 on the night. 49-35 Bombers. Out of bounds and back to Macomb. Kellen Martin and Colin Adams back out there for Macomb. Hogue will take a seat. Full timeout. James Barnett and the Central Panthers will take one as well on the Bomber Sports Network.
Bomber basketball on the Bomber Sports Network is brought to you by.
Are you searching for a ride at the right price? Ron Elby Auto Sales in Macomb has quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, and even bad boy mowers. Visit them at 1525 East Jackson Street or call 309-836-3523. Ron Elby Auto Sales of Macomb.
You're in good hands with Macomb Allstate agent Stacy Foxall. For a free insurance review, call Allstate agent Stacy Foxall at 309-837-3233 today.
Fresh, local, and convenient. At Jackson Street Market, we've got everything you need. From the daily essentials and friendly service, stop in today and see why we're more than just a market. We're your neighborhood store. Jackson Street Market, right around the corner. Always here for you.
Out of the James Barnett timeout, Macomb in front, 49-35, trying to finish the job on their senior night, get back into the win column, and walk out of this week and look to a new one in just a couple of days, flip the script and move on to the next one in Payson on Tuesday night. From the backcourt, right to left as we see it. Line ball, brings it up, across the timeline for the Bombers. 2:15 to play in the contest. Hobson out in the front court with Colin Adams, 49-35. Isaac Lineball out top for the Bombers. Free throw line is Hobson. Left baseline is Colin Adams. Adams with it, under pressure. Kicks to Martin at the top with Lineball. 2 minutes to go in the contest. Colin Adams, dribble drive to the free throw line. Back right corner is Kellen Martin. Bombers will reset. Left baseline is Hayden Katz. Katz looking. Bounce pass to Cooper Hobson in the lane. Back out to Kellen Martin. 1:40 to go in the contest. Martin back out. Colin Adams 3-ball. Missed it. Rebound to Kessner and the Central Panthers. 1:30 to go in the ball game. 49-35. Right quarter is Kessner. Kessner with it. Out top. 1:20 to go. Long 3-ball. Missed it. Rebound. Cooper Hobson to line ball. 1:15 to go. 49-35. And a timeout. 30-second timeout. Jeremy Anderson. And we're going to get some substitutions in here. Line ball for Jeremy Anderson. Left baseline is Conley. Conley to the top of the key, and Colin Adams. Under 60 seconds to play in the ball game. Out top is Hobson. Loose ball on the floor. Jump ball tie up to Macomb. 52-5 left. Martin to Katz in the backcourt. 49 seconds to play. Finish this senior night in the win column for the Macomb Bombers. Martin with it. Out of the top of the key to Z. Conley. Conley switches with Katz and Martin. 37 seconds to play. Martin, corner three. Conley missed it. Off the back iron, no good. And the rebound of the backcourt for the Central Panthers. Houston to bring it up. 29-5 to play in the ball game. $19 seconds left here. $49-35 here. 16 seconds left in the ball game from the back baseline here for the Panthers. And the Panthers will have the last 10 seconds of this one. Macomb going to end the two-game losing streak, get back into the win column. 49-35 over the Central Panthers on their home floor tonight. And a much-needed win for the Macomb Bombers on their home floor on this senior night. And the crowd will give them an ovation as they make their way to the bench here. 49-35 here. And we'll see if we can get Nolan Hogue up here. Got some T-shirts flying into the crowd here as Macomb celebrates their 49-35 victory here tonight at the Hangar. So the Bombers will finish the handshake line here and win it 49-35 here on their home floor. Second to last home game of the year. On their senior night, we're going to have Nolan Hogue join us here courtside momentarily. Going to get a picture of the senior class out there as they finish this one out in the win column. 49-35 here, and much needed win drops the two-game losing streak, and we're back in the win column tonight here at the Hangar with 49-35 victory in front of the hometown faithful here at the Hangar. 49-35 your final. We'll have Nolan Hogue join us here momentarily at the Hangar. Macomb wins it 49-35 here at the Hangar, and they defeat the Camp Point Panthers on the road tonight, or here at home tonight, and get some final pictures here. We'll pause for a quick break. Back with Nolan Hogue reaction from the win after this on the Bombers Sports Network.
Bomber Basketball on the Bomber Sports Network is brought to you by
Big dreams start small. Compeer Financial is here to help them grow. From farm loans to home financing, our Macomb team has the tools to make it happen. Located at 2901 East Jackson Street or Macomb, or call them today at 309-833-2302. Compeer Financial of Macomb, your partner in growth.
At McMillan, Henning Fint, and DeJody Law Firm, they put your needs first. Their experienced attorneys in Macomb are here to fight for you. Trust in their dedication because your case deserves the best. McMillan, Henning Fint, and DeJody, your community, your law firm in Macomb.
The Bombers wrapping up senior night with a victory on their home floor here tonight, 49-35. 2 games left in the regular season for Macomb. This is the Sports Corner at 124 post-game report. And we get final numbers here for you on this senior night. Nolan Hogue leading Macomb with 15 tonight. 7 for Nick Elby, 3 for Isaac Lineball. Carter Havens in there as well for Macomb, adding 11. 9 for Kellen Martin, and 3 for Isaac Lineball. 49 in total for the Macomb Bombers tonight on this senior night. 4 for Luke Houston. Kessner leads Camp Point Central with 15. 8 for Corbin Hoosier. 6 for Luke Ibbotson, and a basket for Caden Niekamp. I have Nolan Hogue here for live post-game reaction with the 49-35 win. And, you know, you guys have been down in those senior night games the last couple of years, and I said, you know, it's going to be a senior night comeback, and that's exactly what it was tonight. What'd you see out there?
You know, it was really hard because one of our best guys and my best friend, Drew Watson, was out, and we came into halftime, and we had missed a lot of easy bunnies, but defensively we were pretty solid, and Coach just gave us a talk, and he says circle the wagon, and so we all came together and came up with a 14-point win.
A lot of leadership on that floor for you guys in that second half to turn things around. 20 points in that third quarter, and defensively, you know, you and Isaac doing a lot of work in that third quarter.
Yeah, you know, me and Isaac both seniors on the team, and we try to lead by example and, you know, push the guys to do better. 2
games left. You go to Payson next week, and then a last home game on next Friday. You'll get ready for those. You know, you got a full house twice this week, and you've won a regional on this floor, something a program team hasn't done for over 20 years. You beat Rock Ridge. You went to the Elite 8 in your 4 years. What can you say about your time wearing the orange and black?
Oh, you know, it's been awesome. And, you know, Justice, you've been doing a really good job streaming, and I've had a lot of fun here, and it's going to be one fun last ride.
And you got one more run in front of you. Very good. Thank you, sir.
Yep,
That's
you.
Nolan Hogue on our Sports Corner at 124 post-game report. We'll take another break. Back with more from the hangar after this on the Bomber Sports Network from Learfield.
Bomber basketball on the Bomber Sports Network is brought to you by.
Looking for fitness, family fun, and community all in one place? The YMCA of McDonough County has it all. Swim, play, wellness for all ages. Visit 1400 East Calhoun Street or call them at 309-833-2129 to learn about membership information. Are you searching for a ride at the right price? Ron Elby Auto Sales in Macomb has quality used cars, trucks, and SUVs, and even bad boy mowers. Visit them at 1525 East Jackson Street or call 309-836-3523. Ron Elby Auto Sales of Macomb.
You're in good hands with Macomb Allstate agent Stacy Foxall. For a free insurance review, call Allstate agent Stacy Foxall at 309-837-3233 today. At Bedwell Tree Service, they take pride in their longtime roots in McDonough County. Serving Western Illinois, they offered expert tree care with competitive fees and outstanding results. Trust the local team with a stellar reputation. Bedwell Tree Service, your leading Macomb tree care provider.
Tee off at Harry Masato Golf Course, WIU's scenic public 18-hole gym in the Lemoyne River Valley. Play a challenging, gorgeous round today. Stop by 1215 Tower Road or call them at 309-298-3676 to book your tee time today.
At McMillan, Henning Fint, and DeJody Law Firm, they put your needs first. Their experienced attorneys in Macomb are here to fight for you. Trust in their dedication because your case deserves the best. McMillan, Henning Fint, and DeJody, your community, your law firm in Macomb.
We join you back at the hangar here in Macomb, Illinois. 49-35 your final on our Sports Corner at 124 post-game report. Waiting Jeremy Anderson out of the locker room. We'll talk to him. And, you know, this group really had to step up tonight and try to get back into the win column after 2 tough losses, and one in overtime, and then one that Macomb wants to forget against Illini West on Wednesday night of this week. And Macomb able to do it. Final score 49-35. Final score presented by Clugs and Tibbetts Funeral Home. And we will await Macomb head coach Jeremy Anderson out of the locker room. 2 games left for this Macomb squad. It will be Payson Seymour on Tuesday night and Monmouth Roseville, Battle of US 67 to close things out 1 week from today on Friday night. Macomb will travel to the Tri-Valley Regional. They will play Bloomington Central Catholic in the semifinal round on February 25th. Macomb has not met up with Central Catholic since the Sweet 16 team back in 2015. And the Bombers starting to make their way out of the locker room. Carter Havens going to meet up with Shelby Burgett and get an interview there. That'll be in the community news brief next week. So great to have Shelby with us. And we continue to await Macomb head coach Jeremy Anderson out of the locker room. We'll take another break and be back with Jeremy Anderson and more to wrap it up eventually. After this, 49-35 your final. Back in a moment on the Bombers Sports Network from Learfield.
Over the years, we've told you about the benefits of choosing Spoon River College.
Affordable.
Transferable credit.
Career ready.
A culture where students feel like they belong.
Wow, that brings a tear to my eye. And while all these are true, there seems to be one thing that, well, sticks. So let's give the people what they want to see.
Enrollment is now open.
Macomb head coach Jeremy Anderson making his way up here on senior night. The Bombers win it by a final score of 49-35. Our final score and post-game report here presented by Sports Corner at 1:24. Coach, you guys go into the locker room. It was 25-18, and one of the first things I said when we went into our halftime report was, you look back last year's team, they were down 24-17 to IVC at the half, and as a coach, you always know that a senior night is going to have some added emotions in it. You guys are down your starting point guard tonight, and this group really rallied together to get the job done and kind of flip the script after a tough loss earlier in the week.
A couple years ago, Coach Keene made us some T-shirts, with the saying "Circle the wagons," right? And it was just referring to we went through some times of trouble. We had some guys that couldn't play any longer, or we had a couple losses in a row, and so using the old sayings that you hear on TV nowadays, the television, the mantras that the guys use. They used to say, nobody circles the wagons, like the Buffalo Bills, right? Remember them saying that when I was a kid. And so I just started saying that one day in practice, right? Hey, we got to circle the wagons. We got to come back together. And we brought that speech back out this week. Say, hey, we're in a little bit of adversity right here. We've lost 2 in a row. We got Drew's down. We don't know how he's going to be out, how long he's going to be out. It's time for us to circle the proverbial wagons and come back together for mutual protection. And everybody's got to do his part. And I thought the third quarter of that game was a great example of that. I mean, we're down 7 points, and we go in the locker room at halftime, and they don't know what to think, right? There's self-doubt. We've missed how many bunnies in the first half? There's like it's a lid on the basket. But it showed some of our emotional maturity that we were able to let it go, keep our composure, come out in the third quarter and bind together. Let's find a way to get stops. And then luckily the lid went off the bucket there, and we were able to pull away.
Nolan Hogue leading you guys tonight. Big effort from him. And then, you look at the second half from Isaac Lineball, a guy that maybe doesn't show up in the score column every night, but really just busting his tail, and Carter Havens in there too to get the job done for you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. Those guys really stepped up. They knew there was going to be opportunities that they were going to have to handle the ball more. They were going to have to take open shots more. They were going to have to get the ball down inside more. With Drew not being out there to do a lot of things, and I thought they did a really good job with that. They were looking forward to those opportunities, right? And I really congratulate them on being able to step up in those moments.
You guys will move on to a couple of games next week, 2 left in the season. Payson Seymour Tuesday night on the road, and then you guys do get one final home game next Friday night against Chuck Grant and the Monmouth Roseville Titans. Double-double there with the home and away with them, and 2 nice teams to finish out your campaign with.
Oh, absolutely, and there'll be 2 really tough games. Anytime you go to Payson, it's tough, regardless of what anybody's record is. They put on a really good show there. I'm sure the place will be packed. It's usually pretty crowded by the time we get there at like 5:15 or 5:20 in the evening. And so our guys have got to be ready to match their level of intensity because it's going to be intense. And then, of course, next Friday with the Monmouth-Macomb thing, you throw out the records every time because it's just so competitive. But I think our kids will look forward to playing in those games.
And then found out about 4:15 today, postseason-wise stuff. We're going to Tri-Valley. Bloomington Central Catholic, haven't met up with them in well over a decade. It was the 2015 Sweet 16 team, and I believe that Central Catholic team did get beat in that Elite Eight that year, but a really talented team, and Central Catholic always a tough team to play.
No, the last time we played them, I couldn't coach. Wendy finally let me go to the game, and I had to sit on the bench and watch. That team was loaded. I think that team had 6 or 7 or 8 kids that played Division I college sports. Mm-hmm. And so our guys battled, but we came up on the short end. That was in the sectional finals that night down at Riverton, I believe is where it was.
Yep.
But, yeah, going to Downs Tri-Valley, which will be a couple-hour trip from here, and it's something that the kids will remember for a long time, regardless of the outcome of the game. But we'll prepare, right? That game's on Wednesday. We'll have a couple of days to prepare ourselves to be ready to get after them.
And Drew Watson, any update on him? And obviously the walking is a lot better today, which is a good sign to see. And as you mentioned, kind of a day-by-day thing with him.
Yeah, I think so. I think it is. It's day by day like all of us, right? You never know. But I think I'm going to leave the the healing to the people that know a little bit better about it, and I'll make my judgment based on their recommendations.
All right, Coach. Very good. We'll see you Tuesday night. And,
yeah, absolutely.
Wrap
Thanks,
it up.
Man.
2 more. It went by real fast, didn't it?
Sure does. Sure does.
Every year.
Every year.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Yep, very good. Thank you. 49-35, the win tonight here at the Hangar Macomb in a senior night victory over Camp Point Central. Back in a moment to wrap it up. 49-35, our final score. Back in a moment to wrap things up on the Bombers Sports Network from Learfield.
The MDH Community Pharmacy in Macomb is open 7 days a week, including extended hours on the weekdays for your convenience. Our team is available to answer questions about all your medications, and we offer free local home deliveries. Aetna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Medicare, and most insurance plans are accepted. McDonough District Hospital, your community healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
All right, Macomb wins it 49-35. 2 games left in the regular season. Payson Seymour and Monmouth Roseville. We're down to the final 2, and they're both going to be tough both ways. You know, you look at Payson, team that always gives Macomb a game, and Tyler Dashinsky's squad very well coached. And then Chuck Grant coming to the Hangar one final time this year to give Macomb their final game of the year 1 week from tonight. Want to also wish the best to Bomber Swimming this weekend. They're swimming to their final meet. Boys and girls wrestling in the postseason. Good luck to them. And Bomber girls basketball. They're beginning their postseason journey tomorrow. Home game, 2 o'clock at the Washington Street Gym. They'll play Farmington. So if you're in town or need something to do tomorrow, get out there and support the girls basketball team. Our best of luck to them. We'll be there tomorrow in support of them. So best of luck to them. And there's Coach Houston, the legend himself. Great win for Macomb here tonight. Wrap up the regular season. This broadcast, an exclusive presentation of the Bombers Sports Network, produced under the broadcasting rights granted for the private use of our audience. Any other use of the broadcast without the express written consent of Bombers Sports Network prohibited. Our sports director, Justice Keene, Rich Fowler, handling station engineer work tonight from the Hangar. Live from the Hangar, Macomb wins it 49-35. Let's take care of business tomorrow on the postseason side from everybody in Bomberland, and then let's get a win over Indiana on Sunday for the Orange and Blue in Champaign. So final score again, 49-35. Macomb wins it from the Hangar. Good night, and go Bombers.